और हमारे एम्बेसडर जो हैं अमेरिका के, उनको मुल्तान में खुशामदीद कहता हूँ। शेखुल इस्लाम हज़रत बहाउद्दीन ज़करिया के उर्स की तकरीब में वो शामिल हुए हैं। मैं मुख्तसरन ये कहना चाहूँगा कि सेनेटर क्रिस वैन हॉलन उन शख्सियात में से एक शख्सियत हैं जिन्होंने सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को एक ख़त अरसाल किया, जिसमें उन्होंने जो कश्मीर की सूरत हाल है उस पर उनकी तवज्जो मबजूल कराई। आप सेनेट के अंदर एक इन्होंने अप्रोप्रिएशन बिल है, उसके अंदर एक अमेंडमेंट भी मूव की है, और उस अमेंडमेंट को मूव करने का मकसद ये है कि इस सेनेट में जो मकबूजा कश्मीर में कर्फ्यू की सूरत हाल है, जो कम्युनिकेशन ब्लैकआउट है, जो वहाँ फंडामेंटल राइट्स जो हैं वो मुअत्तल हैं, उनकी बहाली में वो अपना किरदार अदा कर सके। ये अभी हिंदुस्तान गए थे और हिंदुस्तान से अब पाकिस्तान तशरीफ लाए हैं। मैंने इंडियन मीडिया से इंफॉर्मेशन हासिल की है कि आपने ख्वाहिश जाहिर की मकबूजा कश्मीर विजिट करने की, and I believe the permission was denied. और सेनेटर साहब को वहां जाने की इजाजत नहीं मिली। पाकिस्तान का ये मौक़िफ़ है कि कोई कांग्रेसमैन, कोई सेनेटर आना चाहे पाकिस्तान, आज़ाद कश्मीर विजिट करना चाहे, we will facilitate. We will take you wherever you want to go. You will have the freedom to meet anyone you want to meet and form an opinion as a Democrat, as a person, as an elected representative on what the ground situation is. We feel we have nothing to hide, and let the U.S. Senate know, let the U.S. Congress know the difference on this side and on that side. What is there to hide that an elected senator was denied permission to visit? What is wrong on that side that the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad, was denied entry, and he had to approach the Indian Supreme Court to visit his own state, which he did eventually, and his report is now public. We want basic fundamental rights and human rights restored. Today, Senator, today is the 61st day that the people of Indian-occupied Kashmir are under curfew. They have no access to hospitals. Children are not going to school. Pellet guns are being used. All kinds of atrocities are being committed. Why is the world sleeping? Prime Minister Imran Khan raised this issue at the General Assembly. His statement is known to you. I don't have to repeat anything. The Security Council had a closed-door session. They deliberated upon the issue, expressed concern. Human rights organizations, whether it's Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, they have spoken. Indian media is writing about it. New York Times, look at the Washington Post today, The Economist, The Independent, Telegraph, you name it. Each and every paper is today commenting on the situation. What we want from you is an open discussion. An open discussion in the U.S. Congress. as elected people, the beauty about America is you always stood for liberty, you've always stood for democratic values, you have always stood for fundamental rights. Those rights are today being trampled. I welcome you to Multan. This is one of the oldest living cities in the subcontinent. According to some historians, it's perhaps over 7,000 years old. I wish we could have received you in better conditions, but unfortunately, we do not have control over the weather. Nonetheless, I welcome you, Ambassador. I welcome your team to Multan, and we are grateful. We are grateful to you. We are grateful to your colleagues, and we are grateful to President Trump for the interest he has taken. I was present in the meeting that he had with Prime Minister Imran Khan. Secretary Pompeo was there, the National Security Advisor was there, and there was a very frank, candid discussion on the Kashmir situation. I've been to Geneva. There was a very lively debate at the Human Rights Council over there. People expressed concern. There has been an interesting debate in the European Union for the first time ever. Over 50 members of the House of Commons, elected members of Parliament, have written expressing their concern on fundamental rights that are being trampled in India. So as elected representative of the people, all we want is you to raise your voice and speak for the truth. Your visit here is a source of strength for us. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Minister. Start by thanking the Foreign Minister for his strong leadership on behalf of Pakistan. I'm very pleased to be here in Pakistan. My father was in the United States Foreign Service. I was born in Karachi. And so it's good to be back here. It's especially good to be here on this occasion, at this shrine, on this special day. And I want to thank you for the invitation to join you today here, along with the ambassador and others. I look forward to visiting different parts of Pakistan over the next several days, including parts of Kashmir. And as you said, Mr. Minister, I think that transparency is important. I think it's important that people know the facts. And I want to learn the facts, not just with respect to Kashmir, but other issues of importance in U.S.-Pakistan relations. And I think we would all agree that it's important to abide by the rule of law and respect human rights. And so I look forward to continuing that conversation. As you said, in the United States Senate and the Senate Appropriations Committee, we unanimously passed language calling upon everybody to allow that transparency and to restore full communication and to release political prisoners. And we do hope then that we will get back to the point where there is a dialogue between India and Pakistan. We understand these are difficult times, but I want to thank you for your leadership and your efforts to try to achieve peace and try to achieve justice. And it's good to be here with you.
Thanks.
Sir, you know very well the Indian forces, the killing, and the kidnapping, the involvement of the Kashmiri Muslims, the 8 million Kashmiris hostage in the occupied Kashmir. Sir, what your opinion?
So this is why we've called for transparency. This is why we think it's important that journalists and others be permitted to see exactly what's going on with their own eyes. That's why I had wanted to go there so that we can get the truth and get all the facts.
I think as a senator you should play a positive role in Kashmir too. So told us how you are playing your roles.
So a group of bipartisan senators wrote to President Trump a number of weeks ago, as the foreign minister said, asking the president to be engaged on this issue. The president said he wanted to play a role in trying to mediate issues. Obviously, there are different perspectives on that, but we wrote to the president asking the president to take a strong position with respect to the issues that I just mentioned, to make sure that we protect human rights, restore communications, and release political prisoners.
What is your views about your visit in India, and especially they didn't permission you to go to Kashmir?
So I had a good visit in India. There are many different issues we discussed with respect to U.S.-Indian relations. There are many different dimensions of that relationship. Among the issues I brought up was the issue of Kashmir, and I made the same points I'm making now. We met with a number of groups and individuals, including some individuals from Kashmir, who talked about what was happening there, but how also it was so difficult to get information about what was happening. So I certainly raised the issue of Kashmir. I wish, again, I'd had the opportunity to visit personally.
American president said he will play a role as a moderator Pakistan and India, but he is not doing any practical. He is not put pressure on India to remove the curfew in Kashmir last 61 days. What do you say about this?
Well, I think the president would also like to see better relations between India and Pakistan, and will do what he can, as will the U.S. government, to try to improve relations. We know what a difficult time this is right now, but I think we also believe that if we can achieve a dialogue and a just resolution of these issues, that will be the best outcome for everybody.
But in violation the international rules, what do you think that India is more powerful than international rules?
Instead of
India is violation international rules in Kashmir. What do you think that India is most powerful overall the world?
It's most powerful. I'm sorry, what?
Overall the world.
What UN is playing its role? Why UN is not?
India is above the law.
Well, as the foreign minister said, the UN did have a UN Security Council meeting on this issue where they discussed the issue of Kashmir. I think it was the first time the UN Security Council has discussed the issue of Kashmir, which shows that there is international concern about what's happening there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think the rain is stopped. He wants to pay his respect. I think it's
Let me just end again by thanking the minister for his leadership over many years in building stronger relations between the United States and Pakistan.
Thank you. We can now go in for a brief, just to spray some flowers, and then we can go home for a bite. This is a shrine. The beauty of this shrine is that there's no discrimination here. Hindus come from all over Pakistan, and they're welcome. You're welcome. There is no distinction between a Muslim and a non-Muslim. That's the message of the Sufi.
Yes.
There is no segregation between men and women. There is no segregation. They sit and they are treated alike. That's the message of the Sufi. Equality. Even gender equality. And you can have a different religion, but humanity and human values are universal.
Yes.
That is the message.
No, the Sufi message is one
This
of
is what his message
unity,
was.
yes.
And he went from here right into Central Asia, the following of Mahmoud Qureshi is right into Afghanistan and Central Asian republics. He went right up to Balkh and Bukhara and Iraq, Arabia. He spent 14 years at the Holy Mosque in Mecca, and then he came back. Next to the shrine is one of the oldest temples of this region, called the Temple of Parladpuri. Parladpuri. Now, this temple obviously existed before the shrine came in. This temple has been there for centuries. When people were being converted, the temple was not disturbed. The temple was not, even after Pakistan, the temple was not even touched. Unfortunately, when the Babri Mosque incident took place, there was a riot all over, and some portions were affected, and we were very sad about it. If I could help it, I would want to see the temple restored to its original shape, because that's history. You should never destroy history. The beauty is, when he wanted to build the mosque and didn't have enough space, the pundits of the temple voluntarily gave him the place where the present mosque is built. It's a contribution of the Hindu pundits in respect for the Sufi.
Yes.
And his teachings. They made room for him. They coexisted for centuries. Without lynching anyone, without killing anyone. The message was the message of peace and love. And that is what these shrines stand for.
Beautiful. Thank you.